It's playoff time again for the Columbus Blue Jackets, but we do find ourselves in a little bit of a rough situation. I think that's an accurate way to describe it, as it may be for the best if this team wasn't in the playoffs. We sold at the deadline. We have yet to find that winning combination aside, of course, from an Eastern Conference final appearance, in which case we absolutely just screwed it up. Again, that's probably the best way to put it. I'm trying to be nice because there are members of this team now who are a part of that team, and I don't want them to feel bad because they can definitely hear me, and EA Voodoo is a thing. That's it. We are in the first round. We're playing the Detroit Red Wings, and anything can happen. This is the team that we are rolling with. It's going to be Matthews, Donato, and Eichel on the top line. Very good chance this is Austin Matthews' last postseason here. It's nearly a guarantee that Jack Eichel is going to be traded. Jack Hughes, Middlestat, absolutely members of this team moving forward. Brock Besser, more than likely still a member of this team moving forward. Third line is Farabee, Paling, and Wahlstrom. The fourth line, kind of a weird combination of Josh Norris, Trevor Lewis, who I have called up in a play, or no, he was already here. Trevor Lewis and Johnny Brodzinski, who I called up over Ryan Callahan. I had Callahan because of the physicality. Brodzinski's not that bad, and he actually has a little bit of speed, a bit more of an offensive talent to him. Of course, both Lewis and Brodzinski were tack-ons in trades. Defensively, I've tried a different strategy here, because why not? Let's just throw shit at the wall and see what sticks. The top pairing, Quentin Hughes, now a defensive D-man, with Jacob Trouba, now a defensive D-man. Second pairing of Chad Chris and Charlie McAvoy, Max Gilden and William Borgen make up the third pairing. Why not? Why not? Let's see what happens. If we try to shut down the offensive production of a Trouba and a McAvoy, maybe Matthews and Eichel will finally play like they should be capable of. Why not? If we screw it up, hey, I am expecting us to be swept. If anything, Ottinger's between the pipes, with Kincaid as the backup, of course, and we'll see what happens. That's the weird situation that we find ourselves in here, where I am almost rooting for us to fail, but at the same time, you know me, I still want to win. And at this point, like I said, why not just try the most random thing that we possibly can? I don't know if you can hear that in the background. The dog's deciding to wrestle around with some blankets. So that's kind of adorable. But yeah, point being, we'll find out what happens. You can't really say I'm sabotaging this team because this team has found ways to fail on its own. Looking at the Detroit lineup that we will be taking on in the first round, top line of Jonathan Huberdeau, William Karlsson, and Andre Burakovsky. Second line of Marchessault. Okay, so we have a Florida connection going on. Marchessault, Tyler Johnson, and Evgeny Svechnikov make up that second line. Third line of Arturi Lehkonen, Philip Deneau, and Tom Wilson. So 2 Habs and a Goon. And the fourth line of Peter Cehlarik, John Quenneville, and Josh Anderson. That is a very well-rounded team in terms of player types and just attributes. Very well-rounded. The defense. Oh boy. Top pairing of Mikhail Sergachev and Jake Muzzin. Second pairing of Jake Gardner and Calvin DeHaan. Matt Grzelcyk and Sebastian Aho make up the third pairing. The goaltender is now 34-year-old, 89 overall, Carey Price, with Darcy Kemper as the backup. Shane Bowers and Jack Studnicka are the... Studnicka? I don't know. Regardless, he's a Bruins prospect, I should know. Regardless, that is the team. Are they good enough to beat us? Of course they are. Is it the best team we've ever gone up against in the playoffs? No. But we've beaten better and lost to worse. So, it's, like I said, I'm in such a weird spot here where you watch, we'll find success despite selling. My focus is absolutely towards the off season and making these major changes. Yet here we are. It's so weird. Game one in Detroit. Let's see what happens. Do we have another magical playoff run within us? Let's find out. First period is scoreless. How exciting. We outshot them 12-7, so that's a positive, I do suppose. Although, by that logic, they should be happy because they're not losing yet. So, thanks, Carey. Second period, and Jonathan Huberdeau gives them the lead. Now 26 shots to 21 in our favor. But Carey Price, even at 34 years old, is playing like a prime version of Carey Price. Third period begins. I don't know whether I'm rooting for the comeback or rooting for our failure. We aren't able to make the most of an early power play chance. And then Svechnikov makes it 2. Right. Oh, boy. Oh, boy. Okay. I don't know if I'm happy about this or if I'm upset. I don't. I really don't. 34 shots. 0 goals. Carey Price with the shutout. A 2-point night for Svechnikov and Marchessault. Eichel, Matthews, Besser, Jack Hughes, Middlestat, Ryan Donato, Oliver Wahlstrom. You think of the offensive talent on this team, yet we could not get anything going. In terms of goal scoring in Game 1, we had plenty of offense, but certainly that wasn't ideal. We're going to jump right into Game 2, because there aren't really that many changes that I can make. Change back some player types, try a different combination. Why bother? If anything, that's a sign of me having some sort of optimism. I don't. How could I? How could I at this point? This hasn't been the longest series, but boy, has this team crushed my hopes and dreams at certain points. Numerous points already in this run. But you never know. A miracle might be in the cards. We are starting this series on the road. All we have to do is take one game, and we're looking okay. We'll see what happens here in Game 2. First period, and Burakovsky makes it 1-0. We have yet to put a puck past Carey Price through 4 periods. Second period, make that 5 periods. 17 shots apiece. Matthews, Eichel, Besser. A team with these 3 players has yet to score a goal through 100 minutes of play. Third period begins. There is a strong chance as we have another early power play chance here in the third, and holy hell! Don't look now! Just wow! Casey Middlestat, ladies and gentlemen. I mean, seriously, 2 goals in 50 seconds to potentially win us this game. There's 52 seconds left. Oh, boy. This game just loves putting me through the ringer, doesn't it? We win Game 2 by the score of 2-1. To even up this series, Casey Middlestat with 2 goals in 50 seconds to win this game for us single-handedly. Jake Ottinger was great, 26 saves. Casey Middlestat, proving that he wants to be here beyond this season, and for that, Casey, I thank you. I was going to say, as again, why bother changing anything about the lines? I was going to say that I am certainly leaning towards getting rid of Matthews, getting rid of Eichel, going with like a major retooling. And with these players underperforming to that extent, if Casey Middlestat wants to be the only guy to show up, then hey, seems like the right way to go. Hopefully we have some top Americans in the draft to at least make it worth it. Otherwise, we're going to be going for guys like Clayton Keller. I'll trade Matthews and Eichel for Clayton Keller. Probably worth it. First period, though, of Game 3 here in Columbus. Again, it's a 1-1 series split to my surprise for sure. First period, and Oliver Wahlstrom, the third liner, steps up, and my God, for the first time, I think ever, A team has failed to put up a single shot on target in the first period. I have simmed hundreds of playoff games in the 2.5 to 3 years that I've been doing this on YouTube. I don't think I've ever seen a team go shotless in the first period. Or at least shot on target, of course. And I do wish this game would be kind of FIFA-esque, tracking shot attempts and shots on target. But, goddamn, if that's not an interesting turn of events. 12 shots to 0 at the end of the first period. Oliver Wahlstrom with the lone goal. Despite the fact that we have 40 minutes to go in regulation, that is one hell of a way to start. Second period. I mean, I'm not surprised. Are you? Because you shouldn't be. You shouldn't be. They put up 15 shots in the second period and scored 2 goals. Tom Wilson and Matt Grzelcyk. And just like that, the Red Wings have the lead heading into the third period. Which is just great. Just lovely. Third period, let's do this. Early power play for Detroit. That is killed off. Matthews. Donato works. Top line. Maybe we got some points there. Ryan Donato ties this game only for Jake Gardiner to restore the lead. So I'll call upon you again. Austin Matthews. Jack Eichel. Brock Besser. Or not. And we can lose Game 3 by the score of 3-2. We lost a game in which they did not put up a shot on goal in the first 20 minutes of play. I do have lineup changes in mind for this next game. Call it sabotage if you want. Call it whatever you want. You three are being traded. All 3 of you. I don't want you here. I don't need you here. Just all 3 of you. Jesus. Are you sure you're American? Holy hell. Like, just, gee, I could find members from the fucking British or Italian national team. They could probably put up points, at least more than you. Let me go to fucking Madagascar. I'll find a native or maybe a fucking penguin or a giraffe. Slap some skates on it. Just fucking bank pucks off of them like the David Clarkson standing in front of the net a few years ago when he could actually move. Worthless. Useless. 3 points between the 3 of you. Holy hell. Fucking really? 3 points. 3 points. God. Just why? Oh my God. Like, what am I... Just, oh, can I forfeit? Do I have to play the rest of this? Can I just forfeit and move on? Like, God damn. Wahlstrom's going to the top line because I prefer to have righties on the right. Brodzinski's going to the second line. We'll have Paling center Norris and Lewis. Why the hell not? They're lucky I don't scratch them. You know what? No, that's even better. That's even better. Let's, well, you know what? No, that'd waste a little bit too much of my time. That'd waste a little bit too much of my time. You know, getting guys like Bertuzzi, Gaudette, and Pitlick into the lineup and then having to change all the power play lines. Actually, you know what, though? Yeah, I can do that. It's playoff time. Bertuzzi, Gaudette, and, you know what? I don't really like Pitlick as much. You can call up Rintoul, though. He's one of our younger players. There we go. Maybe that'll solve our problems. Can't make it worse. So let's go ahead and go best lines. And again, we'll put Brodzinski there, Lewis over there. And Gaudette at center. So Bertuzzi, Gaudette, Rintoul, Norris, Paling, Lewis, Farabee, Middlestat, Brodzinski, Hughes, Donato, and Wallstrom. And actually, we'll keep Donato at center. Defensively, I want to put Hughes with Trouba. Even though it's not working out too well, so screw it. Let's flip that. All right, let's do this. We're ready for Game 4. Matthews, Eichel, and Besser have all played their final games for the Columbus Blue Jackets. They will all be traded at the draft. Every single one of them. I don't care if I can't even get a half-decent return. Say hello to Clayton Keller. I will do a 3-for-1 to get Clayton Keller. I have more faith in Clayton Keller to actually be able to do something. 3 points between the three of them. I do not understand. I simply do not. Game 4. Let's do this with the, in my opinion, new and improved lineup. First period of game number 4. We're down 2-1 in this series, and it is scoreless. We were outshot 12-8. Second period, also scoreless. They are outshooting us 21-12 as the dog is clawing away at her face. She was dead quiet before I started recording. Yeah, I'm talking to you, doggo. I'm talking to you. Dead quiet when I started recording. The second I turned this microphone on, noisy. So noisy. Third period, early power play here for the Red Wings. That is killed off. Still scoreless in this game. They're outshooting us 28-18, but as we have seen, shot totals don't mean a damn thing. It's all about the result. Under 5 to go in the third period. Are we destined for overtime, or will there be a late winner? And indeed, we are going to overtime scoreless. It's not scoreless per se. I don't know. Some people are sticklers about that. It's 0-0. It's not scoreless. There's the score. It's 0-0. They're outshooting us 34-22. But so far, so good from Mr. Ottinger. Overtime. Will Detroit take that commanding 3-1 series lead? Or will we have a tied series heading back to the Motor City for Game 5? Under 12 to go. Are we destined for double overtime, or will there be a late winner? Under 5 to go. It's looking like double overtime is a possibility, and indeed, it will be. Double overtime here in Game 4. You know the rules. Don't blink. You will miss the finish within 5 seconds. Then again, if it takes you 5 seconds to blink, something's wrong there. Maybe you just have really heavy eyelashes. And it's a problem for you, and in which case, I'm sorry to hear it. For the overtime challenge, Trevor Lewis or Marchessault. Let's do this. Who's going to get the winner? Early power play for Columbus, and we didn't score, and it's gone beyond 5. Doesn't matter, though. Casey Middlestat. Thank you. Someone in our top 6 likes to show up, and Casey Middlestat is absolutely making a point to be a longtime member of this team. 36 shots to 34 in their favor, but 1-0 on the scoreboard. We have ourselves a tied series. Jake Ottinger, the 36-save shutout. What a performance. And Casey Middlestat, again, single-handedly winning games for us. Game 2, he scored both goals. 2 goals within 50 seconds. And in Game 4, the double overtime game winner, which shockingly went beyond 5 seconds, but the power play, I think, had something to do with that. And again, we are all tied up here, folks. And wouldn't that create an interesting situation if we make it past Detroit? That's a long way from happening, but you never know. It's a best of 3 from here on out, and we are back in Detroit for Game 5. Who will have the lead heading into Game 6? That's what we're about to find out. First period of Game 5 is scoreless. 11 shots to 9 in their favor. Second period is very much not scoreless. William Karlsson with the opening goal of this game 58 seconds into the period. However, from there, who else? Casey Middlestat becoming a hero for me in this series, and Jack Hughes follows that up 6 minutes later, 6 minutes give or take, later, to give us the lead here in Game 5. 21 shots to 17 in their favor, but it is 2-1 Blue Jackets on the scoreboard, thanks to the top line of Middlestat and Hughes. Actually, Middlestat's on the second line, isn't he? I don't remember. I think I kept Donato on the top line, but regardless, Casey Middlestat's killing it, and that has put us into a great situation here as we begin the third period. Ottinger's continuing to perform at an extremely high level. We're halfway through, under 8 minutes to go in Game 5. Can the score hold? Will we have a chance to close out this series on home ice? Yes, we will. 2-1 final in Game 5. Your Columbus Blue Jackets have a chance to end this series. We take the lead in this series for the first time. The 3-2 advantage as we head back to Columbus. We are on home ice for Game 6. No reason to make a lineup change. There's nothing I would change. Let's see what happens here. Again, Game 6 on home ice. Can we end this series? Can we somehow win this? Will Detroit somehow lose to a team that is in complete disarray? What's more ridiculous, for us to win this series or for Detroit to lose it? Same thing, I know, but we have no right winning this with our team in the shape it's in. That would be so embarrassing for the Red Wings. That said, we still have to win a game. Anything can happen in these next 60 minutes of regulation hockey. First period of Game 6. Wow. Not what I expected. Casey Middlestat scores again. Absolute monster, getting the opening goal in 1:35. From there, Arturi Lehkonen tied it up within a minute. But after that, the LA connection. Johnny Brodzinski just shy of the halfway mark, and the veteran Trevor Lewis. It's a 3-1 lead. 8 shots apiece, but 3-1 on the scoreboard. What a start to this game, but we still have a long way to go, and that begins with the second period. Let's see what's going to happen. Oh my goodness. Josh Norris, and I believe it's Daniel Rintoul. If it's not Daniel, I'm sorry. We'll learn your name because you're going to be a member of this team for a while, I have a feeling. 5-1 Blue Jackets. 21 shots to 16. Will Carey Price be in for the third period? Will it matter? We carry a 4-goal lead into the third period. We are 20 minutes away from sealing our spot in the second round. Can you believe it? As Squeaky Chair makes its presence known, we trade early power plays. Nobody can take advantage of that, though. We still have the advantage in shots. That shot total actually held for quite a while. Josh Anderson gets Detroit back in it. They're down by 3 with under 5 minutes to go, though. And the Columbus Blue Jackets. The Columbus Blue Jackets are moving on to round 2. This team that I said was in complete disarray, and really it is. This team is moving on. Jack Hughes only 1 point in those 6 games. Incredibly disappointing. 2 points for Donato, 1 point for Wahlstrom. Incredibly disappointing. However, Joel Farabee, 4 points, 5 goals, and 6 points total for Casey Middlestat. 2 points for Brodzinski, the lone point for Norris, 2 assists for Paling, 1 goal for Lewis. Bertuzzi with a point, Gaudette with nothing in the 1 goal. It was Drew Rintoul. I do apologize, Drew. We're not exactly putting up points. 3 assists for Chris, 1 assist for Trouba. You know, there's a lot that we could do with this team. There really is. There's a lot we could do with this team heading into the next round. But the bottom line is, as long as Jake Ottinger wants to continue to put up a .945 save percentage and only allow the 1.56 goals against average per game, I don't know where to go from here, guys. I don't know where to go from here. What do you want me to say? What do you want me to do? I dropped Matthews, Besser, and Eichel to the AHL, and we still won. The voodoo surrounding this team is on a different level. Who are we playing in round 2? That is my question. I want to know. I want to know. I think I know. I think I want to know, at least. I don't know if I do. I don't know if I want to know. How well is that going to work out for us? What good does it knowing what team we're going to play next? Who's it going to be? Who's it going to be? And it will be the Toronto Maple Leafs in the second round. I have nothing to say. This team, this arena, this organization, it's a goddamn madhouse. We'll see what team takes the ice for us in round 2, because I genuinely do not know. Player types, the personnel, a lot could be changed. For now, I'm going to go get some sleep, because I'm in a weird headspace after this. I don't know what to make of this. Thank you for watching. Appreciate the support as always. Like and subscribe. All that normal YouTube garbage. Twitter and Twitch links are in the description. Road to 10K. I love you all. As long as Philip DeFranco isn't using the term beautiful bastards anymore, might I just say I want to be the one to steal it. Goodbye.